Hey all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the land of enchantment, more specifically Roswell, New Mexico, and I am standing in front of the International UFO Museum. And of course we all know Roswell's long, sordid history with invaders from space. So we're going to check this out and see what we can educate ourselves in the field of ufology. I think that's actually the right way to pronounce it. Follow me. Oh wow, it's like being inside a UFO. Here's the museum's mascot, Ralph, the Roswell alien life form. UFO Hall of Fame. Do not write on the wall. Well, it seems like a lot of other people have. This looks like some sort of ancient carving or hieroglyph. We see aliens being transported and levitated. Of course, the most famous UFO incident, and the reason that this museum is in the town it's in, is the Roswell incident. And that basically, in short, involved an unidentified flying object crashing in the desert, and them originally releasing that it was a flying saucer, that there were bodies found, but the government would quickly recant and say that it was a weather balloon. It was not a weather balloon. The government later changed their story, saying that it was a top secret object that they were trying to cover up. I don't know if the full details of that has ever been leaked on what exactly they were working on. But you know, there's still people that claim that they found alien bodies and that they found strange unidentified metals at the scene. 1947, the flying saucer wave. They crash. I'm guessing this is the Roswell crash right there. You look inside and you see the little green man. Here's a possibly more accurate view of the crash. You can actually see where it skidded. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with aliens really, but it's still super cool. There's glass from the Trinity test site in here, as well as rattlesnake tails. Oh, that's the shape of New Mexico, isn't it? And that's a big figure in the Roswell mystery, Colonel Jesse Marcel. And yeah, he was one of the ones that actually spoke out and stated that it was indeed a flying saucer. Apparently he stayed in the military though for quite some time. Here's recreations of debris from the Roswell incident. So like slivers right here. Supposedly there was this tinfoil-like material, but I remember what I heard was that apparently you could crumple it and then it would immediately transform back into a flat surface. And there's some sort of beam here that has symbols on it. You can actually see the symbols up here. Could that possibly be in alien language? Alright, now here's some stuff that they talk about where the Project Mogul, where they actually, the US government's official explanation of the Roswell incident. There's actually some of this odd material here. Neoproxene radiosondyne balloon material, which may have been the alleged alien material found at the crash site. Now, of course, more exciting than some weird material is the fact that there's reports that there's beings or creatures or humans or something, bodies at the crash site, and the US government's official explanation is, of course, that they were crash test dummies. And here they actually have the crash test dummy that would have been used at the time. Could that have been mistaken for an alien? It's actually smaller than a normal person, or at least a normal person now. It's clearly not got an alien face, but it does look kind of weird. Here is some alleged debris that was dug up from the Roswell site. I don't know, it's pretty weird looking, I must admit. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Apparently it smuggled out this alleged alien jawbone, or not a jawbone, but like a dental impression that shows the difference between a human mandible and this. And here it says that they confirmed that it was not from any known human, animal, or primate. But I don't know. I've seen people with teeth that are more messed up than that. Now that is a horse of a different color. Whatever you do, don't shoot that guy, or Gort is going to be angry. Crop circle. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is about aliens actually making physical contact with humans. And this is, oh, I know about this. This is one of the craziest ones. This is the Hopkinsville, Kentucky attack, where this family claims that these little aliens like swarmed their cabin and that they shot and killed like a ton of them. I do like the idea of believing that the one thing that does keep bothering me about like UFO photos is that, back, during the golden age of UFOs, you see a lot of, photos taken. But now, people back then didn't always have access to cameras. Cameras were harder to use, more expensive. And for some reason, even though we all carry cameras in our pockets now 24/7, there's not been any higher quality UFO footage discovered. Maybe the aliens realized that our photographic potential was so high that they weren't gonna mess around anymore. They were gonna play it safe. This is interesting, and this is one of the most credible UFO abduction stories ever. It's Betty and Barney Hill. It's actually in 1966. It was actually a older biracial couple. And both of them actually reluctantly came forward about a UFO. They never appeared to be scammers. They always appeared to be really genuine. Here's painted pictures of Betty Hill's alleged encounter. We have our ancient aliens, the Wanginas. These are Native American figures that resemble grays. A Nazi Foo Fighter. The Nazis were indeed working on similar UFO type weapons. Yeah, no good Nazi aliens. Now this is pretty cool. This is quotes from US presidents about UFOs, like Jimmy Carter, who actually famously saw a UFO himself. I don't laugh at people anymore when they say they've seen UFOs. I've seen one myself. And then apparently President Truman, I've not heard this one before, but I can assure you that flying saucers, given they exist, are not constructed by any power on Earth. Actually, it's pretty interesting. A lot of presidents, I think Bill Clinton even said that, when they get in office, they would reveal to the people, they would come clean about what's going on, if there were UFOs, or if it really was a misunderstanding. But it seems when presidents, when they come out of office, they no longer want to talk about it. That's pretty interesting. There's some props here from the 1994 Showtime movie Roswell. We have an alien autopsy here. I guess that was the alien that was used in the movie. The sinister surgeon here, and I guess being supervised by a man in black. It's a big plate full of crazy UFO material. Now, I'm not any sort of UFO expert. I do find them fascinating. Just kind of the information I have is mostly gleaned from last podcast on the left. It's E.T. Gourd. I was actually thinking it might be real fun to head out to the desert and maybe fly my drone over Area 51, then I can show you guys finally what it looks like. And just because it's cool and fun, they have a little Star Wars toy exhibit. Oh wow, look at this crazy guy. He's just got the entire world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Look at this, a alien Coca-Cola machine. But of course I don't have any special alien flavors. And look at this guy. It's the International UFO Museum. Not the largest museum, it is kind of small, but it is interesting, you know, documentation they provide, and it's not that slanted. It gives a fair estimation. It's made by people who want to know the truth, not people that want to kid themselves. So, very cool. Come here, Roswell, and check it out. If you like this channel, please check below. I have a map that'll show you all the places I've been. If you'd like to support this channel, you can donate at least $3 on Patreon, and I will send you postcards while I'm out and about on my journeys. There's other ways to donate as well. You can check all that down in the description. This one's in the bag.